Hello and welcome to AMA with ARKS, the Ask Me Anything with ARKS live at 7 p.m. today on a Saturday. Every second Saturday. I will be there answering any questions that you might probably have before your CAT exam, CLAT exam, IPM exam, or anything else that you want to do with your careers, guys. Those of you already know me, great to know. I'm ARKS. I represent Career Launcher. I'm the president of the test preparation division, and I'm very, very happy to welcome you all to this particular session. We have about a few of you just joined in. You have questions, please shoot. Like Abdul, Bizap, very, very good evening to all of you guys. And it's a pleasure to be there and try to answer most of your questions that you might have and you don't know where to ask, right? So with more and more friends joining in, I think in fact, even before I started, I have some 15 thumbs up signs. It's always a nice thing to look at it. Very, very good evening, Shivindra and Shubhendu Shankar. It's nice to look at it. But then I know there has been a little bit of a shocker, not really a shocker to be honest with you, but it is important to realize that even if CAT has written, the IIM Ahmedabad guys have written that there will be a change in the pattern, it should not change too much of exactly, Shravan. It should not really bother about. You should not bother too much about how much of the change of pattern it will happen. One of the things that they're going to tell you is that you have to complete the exam, because of which they will give you lesser questions. That's bullshit. You never ever in the last 30 years of CAT papers as anybody was able to finish the paper. But one interesting thing, Shravan, and everybody else who's listening to it will understand, the reason for changing last year was because of COVID, and the COVID circumstances continue this year. का मतलब ये है कि next year अगर COVID नहीं होता है, they may just go back to that 100 question plan. So this year, if the number of questions are only 60 or 65 or 66 or 70, whatever that number may be, I think be ready for that is what I would say. The question pattern, Soumya, Rupa, and everybody else, I would believe it will be less than 70, given that 76 was a big number according to the the IIM convener. That's all I can say. But here is what I'm saying. Boss, can I ask you one question? How many of you are attempting more than 60 questions as of today? If you're not answering 60 questions anyway, how does it matter whether they're 76 questions or 65 questions? One reason why it can make a difference is that if the number of questions go down, the difficulty level of the paper might go up. That is the possible conclusion that one might draw. But if you look at the reason why they will reduce the paper or the number of questions in the paper, the way I look at it is that they are trying to kind of match up with the 2-hour paper they have given you. Listen to this carefully when I'm saying this. 100 questions were there in CAT 19 or CAT 18, 17, 16, 15. 100 questions were there and you had 3 hours to do the paper. Correct? In the last year paper, CAT 2020, they gave you only 2 hours. The time available reduced to 2/3 or 1/3 reduction happened. However, the number of questions reduced by only 1/4. 76 questions were there, if you remember. If you understand that logic, that is the reason why last year the 99 percentile was not at the 99 percentile was not at the 50-52% mark. Typically, out of a 228 mark paper, the cutoff would have been 114. I mean, 99 percentile should have been 114. But it is not. The cutoff or the percentile at 99 percentile last year was 100 to 102, depending on which slot you were writing. If that being the case, and this year they are kind of making it quick, similar, the way I look at it is, once again, between 50 and 55%, 50 and 55% of the paper will be 99 percentile. Somebody asked me, what do I take? This is my take on this. The other interesting thing that I'm going to give you is, which means if they have reduced the time to 66% of the time, 2/3, 67% of the time, the number of questions that you can expect will be between 65 to 67 or 65 to 68. In other words, the total marks that we're talking about, if it's 65 into 3 will be 195, it can just go up to 198 or 201. And 100 marks once again in CAT 2021 will still be your 99 percentile. That is my summing up. Those of you have been there for the last 5 minutes, that is my summing up of the change in pattern. Is that clear, guys? I hope you have understood that. Fair enough. So that now I can answer other questions. Shravan Raj, are you there? And I hope you understood this. Sir, facing problem in LRDI only during mock, but after mock I am able to solve the same questions. Vaibhav Agarwal, unlike verbal RC, in verbal RC, I will always tell you that please solve all the questions. But in DILR, you should not spend for any set more than 10 to 11 minutes. If there are 40 minutes given to you, I am expecting that you will not spend probably more than, each of the sets. There will be always an easy set, Vaibhav, which will take you only 7 minutes, 6 minutes. If you remove that 30, 32, 33 minutes are available, you can still do 3 more sets, giving 10 minutes in each and probably leaving out 1 set. That is the ideal case. But that's never going to happen. As you rightly said, boss, exam likhte hai to I am so worried about it that I can't do it. This is where I can come back and say, this is because you are parallel processing. Parallel processing, both your timing requirement and your question requirement, especially because DILR is not your forte. Those of you who are find that DILR or LRDI is not your forte, and you can solve the questions outside the exam hall, I have a very, very simple idea. Especially if you're not getting marks, especially if you're getting less than 15, 16 marks, then I would say, don't try to do all 5 sets. Spend the first 5 minutes, 6 minutes, spending time on each of the sets. This is one method. It's possibly against my method, but it's a good method where you are spending 6-7 minutes in identifying the complexity and familiarity of all the 5 sets probably given. By the way, you might say that there could be only 4 sets tomorrow in the actual CAT paper. I would rather that there are 5 sets and you have more choice, guys, rather than only 4 sets. And if you can't get 2 sets, you are going to be sweating like whatever. So you have to be very careful about that. So Vaibhav, in that sense, what I'm going to say is, you please re-solve the questions from the mocks, not once, twice. If you solve, see the number of countdown mocks that we give you, around 13, 14 of them, another 7 we are planning to give to all of you. That's about 15, 17 mocks into 4-5 sets. That's 85 sets. If you really, really solve well, I think by the time you go to an exam, you will be far more comfortable. But in mocks, why it will not happen is, in mocks, every time I'm trying to give you newer set, and that is what makes it difficult for you to score. Fair enough? Soumya Roop, I gave you the answer for that. Very good evening to Vanshika, Prachi, Raja, Vashisht. I have a question is what Bizup is asking. How to stay calm during mocks or test? Because I could solve many questions when I am attempting, but how to stay calm during mock? It's like, in a final of an IPL or playing in front of the crowd. Staying calm is a habit. Staying calm is a habit, my friends. And you need to develop it when you are writing an exam. And when you are writing an exam, if you do not bother, why is the anxiety coming in? If you can address that question, you will know how to stay calm. The reason why your anxiety is there, friends, the reason why your anxiety is there is because you are afraid that you want to, there's a thinking in life that I want to get marks. I want to get scores. And in that sense, what will happen is, instead of focusing, I keep saying this as parallel processing, instead of focusing on the question at hand, you are looking at the time available, the ticker, the countdown timer, and you are also looking at, unfortunately, that, hey, I need to get a 95 percentile, 90 percentile, 99 percentile kind of things, and you will make a mess out of it. So Bizup, the only way, and this is for every one of you who wants to stay calm, Can you think about, take a deep breath every time you are in a section. You will need oxygen. I'm not kidding. I'm not even trying to make anything. And 20 years, I'm telling you this with that lot of experience. The more oxygen it goes to your brain, the more calmer you'll become. When you stop breathing, it's like the anxiety grows up. It's a very practical method I'm giving you. Very practical. Apart from saying, focus on the question and not on the timer. Then you might say, sir, if I don't see the timer, I lose a lot of time. No problems. If when you have a, you have a pen and a paper with you, let's say you have a pen and a paper and you're writing it down. And if you're getting stuck somewhere, when you are getting stuck somewhere while solving a question or a paper, get out of it. Similarly, in RC, for example, if you're not getting an answer and you're searching, the moment you know that you're searching more, get out of that question. And that is when you will get your scores. Yes, Ria, this is the time to focus on the mocks and the past year's question papers of what you have already done, and probably your handouts too, which are already available. Sir, is it true that if you have one poor academics, you won't get a job after graduating from a good business school? Ashauddin, that is absolutely bunkum. You may not get into a consultancy job, you may not get into an iBanking job, but you will get enough jobs in life. Don't worry about it. Puneet Khurana is asking, I know it's been almost 11 minutes and I'm answering this question, Puneet, after 10 minutes. I am score good in NMAT and IFT mocks, but it's opposite scenario in CAT mock. What to do? See, the fact of the matter is some of us may not be brilliant in everything. You may not be good in test cricket, but brilliant in T20. I think it's not a bad idea to focus on what you're good at, Puneet. Having said that, there is enough time for you to prepare for, you still have 60 plus days for the CAT exam. Try to put in while making sure that you focus on your NMAT and IFT. IFT also is a very, very good institute. Ria, I tell you, it might increase is what you are saying. My answer is no, it will not increase. Because if the logic the IIM Ahmedabad convener has given is correct, the level of difficulty will be same as whatever you have seen in CAT 2020, as well as all the mocks that you're seeing. Amish Gupta is asking, good evening, sir. I'm scoring around 60 marks in mocks. Please tell how should I score 100 plus? Very good question. Very, very good question, Amish. Anyone who wants to score 40 plus marks. In fact, on the 10th of October, I'm going to take one more AMA. I'm going to talk about 40 days to CAT kind of a session that day. But right now, what I'm going to tell you is, I have 60 days approximately. That's about 63 days, 9 weeks to go. Correct, Amish? 9 weeks. If I can improve 4 marks per week, just 4 marks per week, I will reach 36 plus marks. From 60 to 36 plus 36 is 96. Now, what is this 4 marks? The mistake that one mistake you're making in an exam, it will give you -1. Instead of that mistake, had you got a +3 on this, the total increase in your marks will be 4. In other words, what I'm trying to explain, my friend Amish, is that look at cutting down the silly mistakes that you're doing. Silly mistakes or a conceptual mistakes that you're doing. If you cut that down, 9 such mistakes over 9 weeks you cut down, you will reach 100 automatically. Automatically, I'm saying. I'm not even asking you to attempt more. Having said that, if you can, in every section, attempt 2 extra questions or 3 extra questions over the next 9 weeks, that's about 9 extra questions. Without making mistakes, you will improve, or with reducing 9 less mistakes, I think you will be in a position to get that 100 plus, Amish. It's not difficult. In fact, I'm telling you, those of you who are at the 40s and the 50 percentiles who want to give up on life, please do not give up. You can reach even now 99 percentile. There is still time for it. And I know people who have done that. Therefore, I'm saying you can do that too. Neil, sir, if I mock score in 4 sections, 60 percentile, if I solve all the questions of the mocks and the solve section, as you said, diligently, I can score 99 percentile. Neil, is exactly what I'm saying. Because what will happen is your ability to solve will keep going up. When your ability to solve will keep going up, in the exam hall, the exam looks a little more familiar. The questions look a little more familiar. Mock after mock, you will have to reduce just a mistake for that. Niti, Sir, I have enrolled for DILR 1000. Please help me how to start and where to start. Hey, the first 1 week session, how to use the DILR course itself, I am doing 5th week. I think today is the 5th week videos I have recorded for the DILR 1000. It will be put up if they are not already put up in the last 15 for 20 minutes. Please make sure that you can finish two weeks in 1 week, so that I'll finish 6 and 7 also, 6, 7, 8, 9 also in the next 2 weeks itself, so that you will do a complete revision. We will have done by then something like 8 or 9 weeks. 9 into 7, 63, minimum 70 sets I would have solved. And add the beginner modules, you are talking about 80, 85 sets. These are the most important sets that I've picked up from the CAT papers of the last years, and also the concepts. I think that will be very, very good for you, Niti. I have answered that, Shreya. Bizap, Irshad. Sir, I bought. Again, how to do it, I've told you. Sir, sir, I'm a final year, Naveen. Naveen Kumar is asking, I'm a final year. Should I do MBA as a fresher, or should I go for work experience? Naveen, if you get into an IIM, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Indore, Kozhikode, etc., Lucknow for that matter, you should take it as a fresher, even XLRI, FMS, etc. If you can't get into the top 15, 20 institutes, then take a work experience and solve. There is no one right answer or wrong answer for that. Keep that in mind. Okay, that's what. Why are CL countdown not being conducted on Monday anymore? Monday that time was Ganesh Chaturthi Ayush. That's why we have not conducted. It's going to be Saturday, Sundays, and we want you to finish so that on Sunday evening we can do an analysis of the paper. You know what exactly happened, and the video solutions, everything will be available for you. Right? Shubhendu Shankar, sir, I am struggling with QA. I feel I'm forgetting the previous as I'm moving forward. Please suggest how to tackle this. Shubhendu, here is where very, very important question you asked. If 1 week you are spending time on a particular area, put 1 day for revision of all the 6 days, especially the concepts. That will help you majorly. Okay, that itself will give you better scores, is what I would say. Parth, sir, VARC section percentile isn't increasing much. It's stuck between 70 and 80 percentile only in the marks. Please suggest. So Parth, the one question that I can ask you here is, have your attempts improved, or are they stuck? If the attempts are same, you cannot improve your marks. Or if your attempts are at the highest level, let's say 26 on 26, if you have 26 on 26, then no problems. Then, or now it will be 23 or 24, 22, whatever that number may be. If you're attempting all that 22, 23 questions and 40, and I'm telling you it is very much possible, then you need to look at, hey, what type of mistakes am I? Para-jumbles, para-summary, odd para-summary, or reading comprehension. Within reading comprehension, there could be questions on, inference-based questions, inference-based fact questions, fact-based questions, main idea, tone of the passage questions. Can you put some analysis to what is it that you are making mistakes in, so that you will become better? That is what you will get at Parth. In fact, a lot of questions are going. Suyash is asking, sir, I'm scoring 80s and 90s in the mocks. Brilliant, that is. My last CDC was 97. Wow. But my scores go up and down every next mock. Hey, yaar, Virat Kohli ka scores bhi upar niche jata, Rohit Sharma ka bhi jata, even Steve Smith ka bhi jata. I'm just giving examples. Everybody does that. The point I'm trying to make is you need to ensure that it is at a higher level almost all the time. When I'm saying the lowest should be also more than 95, 97, so that worst case scenario will come to 99 percentile. Best case scenario, it will be 99.8 or 99.9 percentile. That is what I'm looking at it. Sometimes it will go down, my friends. Please do not worry about it, as long as you know why it has gone down. And why it has gone down is a analysis that you need to do yourself. Good score in NMAT will be 240 plus 1 Shika. Sir, my percentile has plateaued at 85 to 95 percentile. How do I consistently score 95 plus? Any tips? Shravan, I answered this question once more. All that I want you to understand, I hope you are listening to this carefully, not only your question, but also other questions. If you want to improve scores, if you want to improve your percentiles, there are only 2 ways to improve. Either increase your attempts by a few notches, or decrease your mistakes. You either increase your attempts or decrease your mistakes. You have 9 weeks to go. 8 weeks, 8 CDCs still available in front of you. Another 5, 6 more we are going to give you. Whatever, 15, 16. This is the time to kind of push yourself to get that extra number, and that is where you will get it, right? Keshav, today's TCC brought some tears, sir. Only for DILR, Keshav Saraf. I think verbal was not difficult. Am I right? Abhishek Mohanty. Oh, career launcher saying enjoying the session. Hit the like button karke bol raha hai. If you're not, then of course you can always give this thumbs down button also. But again, I'm saying I will try my best to make sure that I'll answer all your questions too. Sir, how will you judge 50 marks in a mock now? Akash, the way I judge is that there is a lot of knowledge gap to start with. If you are getting only 50 marks, there is a knowledge gap first. First, you need to accept that. Knowledge gap could be in areas. For example, in DILR, the knowledge gap could be set theory kind of questions, or games and tournament questions, or an arrangement side, or a data interpretation side types of questions also. Similarly, in quant, your gap could be in algebra, or in geometry, or in numbers, or whatever, arithmetic also for that matter, or in verbal RC. Your gap could be entire verbal, or the gap could be certain types of RCs. This gap analysis, those of you are getting less than 40, 50, 60 marks, you need to understand where is your knowledge gap, where you can't goddamn understand when you're solving the question in the exam. And then bridge the gap over the next 1 month. You have full October to do that. That is the first reason. The second thing that why you would have got less marks is also because your strategy of the exam. What should you, how much time you, for example, DILR people say, sir, mera time ho gaya, sir, by the time I did 2 sets. Arre, kahe time hoga yaar? Kyun time hoga? Time isliye ho raha hai ki tum de rahe ho time. That means you are giving more time than you are supposed to give. That means there is a possibility that there is a strategy gap also. So there is only 2 possibilities. There's nothing else. The third possibility is that you are sleeping in the exam, which is also basically your strategy gap. You should not be sleeping in the exam, right? So understand that logic when I'm saying how you can improve your scores, and that you will see that understanding much better. Okay, Samrat. Hey, sir, please tell me how to understand English comprehension for CLAT. Very good question, Samrat. Now, if you look at Samrat, and this is for CLAT, all those of you are writing CLAT kind of an exam, the question paper has 150 sets, 150 questions, and almost 30 sets of passages. 30 into 5 questions is 150. Even if I forget the quantitative techniques, that is 27 sets, each having about 400 words, 500 words if I take it approximately. You're talking about reading 27 or 30, I will take it easy, into 500, 30 into 500, 15,000 words. It will be less than that. 12,000 words is what I would say. 15,000 words in one exam of 2 hours. That is the challenge, Samrat. So reading and comprehending is a challenge, if you notice, Samrat, which means to say you need to develop that. My best answer for that is, there is a, whether it's for a CAT exam guy or a AEON, by the way, levels of exam is same. There is a website which will have aeon.co/essays, aeon.co essays. Go to that. Each passage is about 3,000 words. 5 passages a day, you read it every day, Samrat. Slowly, don't read it fast. Why am I saying is, one, and this is for CAT guys also, and for IPM guys also. If you read, get to used to reading every day for so 5 passages of 15,000 words, what you will bring to your table is the endurance, your ability to sit through an exam for 2 hours and then not lose your cool. That is when a little bit of comprehension. Now, once you read it, wherever the words you are not able to understand, make a book, notebook, or anything like that of that sort, and make sure that you write down the word meaning with it and reread it, kind of things. You know, there is no shortcut to success, guys. Even if you look at Freshworks has made a debut in NASDAQ, it says they slogged their backsides off to get there. So did everybody else, guys. Nothing is going to be easy. Can you understand that? If the day you recognize this, you will be able to do that. Naveen, sir, I'm in the final year. Should I do an MBA? I answered that question, Naveen. Okay, Ayush, sir, why are... Okay, I answered a lot of questions here. Okay, we have more questions coming in. My percentile in CL Mox is 90 plus, but in SimCat it is between 70 and 80 percentile. Aniket, I have very little idea of why it is happening, because you should get the same percentile typically, unless SimCat, the number of people writing, I don't know what it is, the reason why. Maybe the SimCat papers are very difficult and you're not able to adapt to that difficult papers. That's one possibility. Steffi is asking this question. Sir, quants is a problem for me. How do I plan the rest of the days? See, if quants is a problem, Steffi, please put in effort for arithmetic and geometry. These are the two sections, at least two subjects or two areas I will at least ask you to put in effort. Then in algebra, at least know the concepts. Why concepts? So that if you know the concepts, you will be in a very, very quick position to at least solve the easiest questions. Because in an exam, not only you need to solve what you know, whatever are easy in any other area which you are not very confident about, but the concept is clear, you should be able to get those scores. That is what you should do, Steffi. Sukriti, sir, I have, after mocks, I study and it looks easy, but again in next mock, I can't answer QA questions. No improvement really happening. Sukriti, that is happening probably because you are not strategizing the exam correctly. My funda for you to strategize is something very simple. I want you to do 10 minutes, 6 questions for the next 4. In fact, the chances are that the number of questions will be less than 26. It could be 22 or 24. 6 into 4 or 5 into 4 questions will be there. 10 minutes, do 5 to 6 questions and pick 2 questions or 3 questions in that every 10 minutes. You will suddenly see, Sukriti Sood, things will improve. Sahil Khanna, I think the best thing is to look at Jugaad videos of GP sir, as well as make sure that, you know, continuously understand the basics. You can't understand Jugaad if you don't know the basics. Remember that. IPMAT is already started Books Infinity, 100%. So please do join us in Career Launcher. We do that. Suyash, sir, my LRDI section, I end up solving a set investing maximum time. That's stupidity. I'm so sorry about it. You can't do that. Yeah? 10th minute, 11th minute, get out of that. If you're not doing it, there is no solution I can give you. Please understand that. You have to do maximum. You know, you may do only 2 questions, guys. But in 12 minutes, you can do 2 questions, get out of that. If you give 18-20 minutes to one set, the kind of pressure that you will have on your life is like so big that you will make a mess out of that exam after that. Mehak, my CDC VAR scores are decreasing. I managed just 2 correct out of 11 in CDC 4. See, CDC 4 Mehak was a little difficult. A lot of tough choices were given. If not, forget about it. Write CDC's 5 Mehak and tell me whether your scores are going to be equally bad. One odd exam where you get very less marks, I don't think you should worry. However, if it happens for 5 marks, I think you should definitely worry for that. Okay, I'm finding it to do LOD 2 of quants, what to do. Sheila Danita, again, pick up only 2 broad areas. Don't go to all the topics, but at least 2 broad areas where you should go do LOD 2 level question. But again, if you can understand it's LOD 2, you need to read it, solve it, resolve it 2-3 times to be really, really good at that, Sheila. Say Nattu Kaka. Sir, could you make the mock questions available on the same day as to analyze it on the same day and not wait for 2 days? We are going to give it to you on Sunday, my friends. By Sunday evening, it will be available. So Rastogi, right now, 23rd October, you are saying NMAT, focus till the next 10 days on CAT, and the last 15-20 days, please concentrate only on NMAT. That's all I would say. Last 15 days, concentrate on NMAT. Next 10 days, work on CAT also. Abhishek, sir, I am bottleneck of solving 1.5 set in DLR and also in quants. I am not able to solve more than 10 questions. I require it. See, Abhishek, you are only solving 1.5 because you are spending lots and lots of time on one set. Also, that also means that you are missing out on the easy sets. This is one possibility. The other possibility, clearly, to my mind, is that there is a lot of knowledge gap that is happening, because of which you find that 3 sets you are not able to solve. Are you attempting all the 5 sets? And after spending time, you are not able to solve, that's clearly a knowledge gap. But if you're not even seeing some of the sets, that's even worse off. That's not knowledge gap. That's a very, very bad attempt of the paper. You're going to be doing harakiri in the exam at that point of time. Sir, scoring 40 odds with any preference here, should I go for? Yes, Atul Patel. If you're only getting 40 odd with a QA 1000 and an DILR 1000, if you do it thoroughly, QA 1000 and DILR 1000 thoroughly, if you do, I can guarantee you something that you will go to 90 percentile. I'm not saying you will still go to 99 percentile for sure, but 85 to 95 percentile you can go. So 40 marks, you can go to 75, 80 marks, which will be more than sufficient to get your 95 percentile, which will be IIM material, by the way, which will be IIM call for a general category student. If you are not a general category student, even better. If you have an NCOBC, you will get a much, much better colleges too. Palak is asking one question. Okay, I lost that question. Abdul Khan, sir, I solve most questions in VRC as compared to other sections. Like I have some affection for RC, but as soon as I'm in DLR section and one of the two sets mess up, I start getting repulsion to leave. See, Abdul, ye 2 घंटे के लिए you have no other thought process except to fight. Except to fight. And the more you fight, the better you will be. Especially if you are not able to get scores. You need to do that, is what I would say. Assumption, sir, how to scope up when we can't solve 3 to 4 questions in a row. Tell yourself that the next 3, 4 are easier, or the next 3, 4 are easier, or the next 3, 4 are easier. You know, as long as there is hope and you continue to have the hope, what you will do is even the last few questions could be the easiest questions. I'll tell you one story that happened in my own exam, guys, way back when I was doing engineering entrance examinations. The first fifth question or sixth question, I got stuck so badly that I was shivering in life. Then I thought, and then I saw the next 3, 4 questions were very, very difficult. What did I do? I went back to the last set. Suddenly there were 3, 4 questions very easy. That's not a bad idea too. So suddenly if you're getting 3, 4 very, very difficult questions, then what I would say is go back to the last set and start solving it, which can help you also. Okay, we have Sheesh asking, DLR is most important thing while solving a set in exam. Most important while solving a set in exam? Not really, Sheesh. I mean, it's one of the things, that's all. So Parth, I get the DLR set, but I'm unable to get all questions of that set correct. That's fine. It's okay. That's the reason why you need to do more sets in the exam, which will give you the extra marks. Avkat's score is 60 plus and not getting 25 plus marks, Varun Pratap. That only means that you need to kind of get a lot more focus in an exam and not worry about your higher percentiles. 25 marks is what, 9 questions correct, which is nothing at all. In each section, you should try to get about 8, 9 questions correct and focus on that correct accuracy. See, there are 2 types of things I'm going to give. Those of you who are getting 90, less than 90 percentile, I will tell you, please focus on accuracy. But anybody who's getting a 90 plus percentile, please look at attempting more so that your scores will improve. So those of you are getting 90 plus, less than 90 percentile or 80 percentile, all you need to do is, can I pick up 5 questions which can be solved very easily? Can I pick up 3 questions which can be solved easily? And that is where you will start getting your marks going up, my friends. Okay. Sir, please, okay. Frankly, Setu Kaka, you can do whatever. 99 also, you can get it in ZAT and IFT. 80 is not a benchmark for CAT in that sense. Okay. I am getting around 85 percentile in mocks. How can I improve? John, that just now I said this. If you're already at that 85, 90 percentile, the only way to improve more is to increase your attempts. Because increasing your attempts kind of automatically improve your overall scores a little bit. Whereas if you are getting only 60, 70 percentile, then I would say just don't worry about accuracy. No, sorry, don't worry about the attempts, worry about the accuracy, because you will be making a little more mistakes. So Sish, most important thing to focus on while solving any DLR set I meant. Oh, that's what you're saying, Sish. See, what I'm saying is, look at 2 things in DILR. Whatever. First, look at the amount of data given. If the data is very, very high and it is not a familiar set, you should leave them. That is one part of the thing. Second, if the data is not very high, it is familiar, then look at the questions. lots of people don't look at the questions. Look at the questions, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, when I solve a question, I normally know I can solve it. Therefore, I always not look at the questions. But I would say, look at the questions. If the questions are conditional questions and it's not a straightforward questions, then probably you should skip them. However, if there are questions where you know that all the 4 choices are giving you perfect answers, it's, let's say, an arrangement set, then definitely a set to be solved. Right? Okay. Right, Rastogi. In fact, Rastogi, there is a lot of time still, friend. That's all I would say. Shika Gupta, sir, my accuracy is good, but I can't attempt more than 20-22 questions in mocks. Hey, Shika, you are saying 20-22 questions in mocks, the whole of mocks? Have a plan for each section. Verbal, have a plan to do 20 directly. Then have a plan to do 10 first. So go from 22 to 40 first, Shika. Then you will go from 40 to 45 and 45 to 50 and 50 to 55. That is the way to look at it, Shika. This is for you, Shika Gupta. Parth, how many attempts are necessary for getting 95 percentile in DILR and QA section? I would say at least 10 to 12 questions. That way, you are guaranteeing yourself that even with mistakes, you will get a 95 plus percentile, even with 2 or 3 mistakes. So, Tejas Porwal is asking a very important question, my friends. He's asking, sir, my comprehension of questions and speed in real exam of quant is very low. How can I improve this? See, you know why it is low, Tejas? The reason probably, and I think I'm pretty sure of this, is that you're trying to read the question faster. When you read it in chunks, divide the question into parts and look at, okay, what are the parts, and then kind of get it into a whole. In fact, I hope you attend some of my sessions also where I kind of showcase to you how to read the question itself. I'm not saying you can't read, but there is a method in the madness of how to read the question correctly also. Okay, Amrit Raj, should we choose sets? Okay, I missed. I'm so sorry here. Amrit Animesh is asking, sir, I'm not good scoring good in DA. Please suggest. यार Animesh, अभी तक तो यही बता रहा था त्रिपाठी. अभी तक तो वही तो बता रहा था DILR और उसमें क्या करना चाहिए करके. I hope you have heard me. Gaurav said, I'm getting 2 or 3 correct in QA, but after the mock, I am able to solve 15 questions. But in time constraint, I'm really struggling how to think quickly and apply. You don't have to think quickly at all, Gaurav Sehra, if you have a problem like this that you're getting only 3 correct. My mantra for you and for those of you who are getting very, very less marks, even for you, Shika, and for all of you who are not putting in effort more, in quantitative ability section, divide your 40 minutes into 10, 10, 10, 10. First 10 minutes, look at only 6 questions. In fact, read all the 6 questions. If you find anything familiar and easy, solve that 1 or 2 questions. Leave that 10 minutes. Next 10 questions. Read all the 6 questions. Pick 2-3 questions. Solve only those 2-3 questions in that 10 minutes. Then the next 10 questions. And then the next 10 questions. When you try to look at it as 40 minutes and 20 odd questions, suddenly you will kind of get under pressure. So 10 questions, 6 questions to be seen, 1, 2, 3, 4 to be solved, depending on your ability. You do this, you will start getting more. Answered that for others. We have Nilabhra Dastidar. Sir, my score is in VARC is decreasing. I answered this question. So RC, I think it's all about, taking a decision quickly and reading the questions correctly. In fact, in RC, my answer has always been that you will have to put in a little more effort on how to eliminate choices. When you have finished the exam, my friends, what I would like you to do is something like this. All the mistakes that you got, look at and the answer. There will be a mistake and there will be an answer. First, that answer that you have got is a wrong answer, you said. Try rubbishing that answer. Logically, you try rubbishing that answer. Nilabra, this is for you and for all of you who are getting less marks in RC. So after the exam is over, now I'm not talking about before the exam. After the exam is over, you see a question and you got it wrong. You know it is wrong. So the choice is wrong. Look at how do I rubbish this answer? When I'm using the word rubbishing this answer, what I meant is that how do I say that, hey, this is logically wrong or an incorrect answer? And then look at what could be the logically correct answer by that. I hope you are able to listen to me. My stable the connection is unstable, it says. You're able to hear, guys? I'm just if you can just quickly tell me that. So once you rubbish the answer, what is happening with you? Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. What is happening is very, very clearly your thinking methodology is becoming better and better and better. Your thinking methodology, when it becomes better, the next time you do it, you know how you have to logically think of an answer. And that is where the entire story will change. Is that clear? Irshad, the preparation schedule is available on DILR 1000 and QA 1000. I am going to put one more video on that very, very quickly on the first introduction videos of how to use it now that you have 60 days for it. Is that okay? Irshad. Okay, Varun, my ARKSS score. I answered this question already. Okay. Should we choose sets which have options like cannot be determined? Amrit, if there is a question which you are confident that the answer is cannot be determined, you should, without any doubt about it. Soumya Jain, scoring low in mocks but analysis it thoroughly, will it improve my overall ability to take tests? Side by side, trying to revise all things. My analysis thoroughly will improve. 100% Soumya Jain, please do it at 60 days. 60 days के लिए जो मैं करता बोलता हूँ करते जाओ. You will be surprising yourself, and you will never surprise me because you will get a 95 or a 99 plus percentile also. Just doing the mocks, redoing the mocks. Don't look at the solutions. Redo the questions if you have got it wrong or if you have not been able to attempt it. Only if you're not able to still solve it after 10 minutes of trying it out is when you look at the solution. After seeing the solution, close the solution, again solve the question. It's a painful process, but it's a fantastic process, I would say. And then you will get your marks automatically. So Satyam Pandey, what I am saying is this: your mocks and your class sheets, if you can solve, more than sufficient to a large extent. No ranking of all sets is not required here. Ma'am, my academy is so poor. Ma'am, I am a boy, Bikram Keshari. I don't know. 10th is 63, 12th is 55, BSc 70, non-engineering background, any call signs. All the new IIMs will definitely call you Bikram. Don't worry about it as long as you can put in effort and get a 90 plus percentile, 95 plus percentile. Sir, it's possible to reach 99 plus in 70 in 60 days. From 70 in 60 days, 100% Sushmi Priyadarshini. I mean, if you can't reach, who else will reach from 70? 100% is possible. Okay, Anirban, sir, can you kindly give me tips to increase my accuracy from 70 to 85, 90? I have about 48 to 52 attempts in mocks. See, 48 to 52 attempts is a fantastic attempt, I would say. You need to keep that attempts. Now, all you try is maybe just give that extra 1 or 2 seconds for an RC question which you are kind of taking a decision faster, or a quant question or a DILR section, or not waste time in a DILR set. Within a DIS set also, if you don't waste time on every question that comes. One of the reasons why it happens is, let's say there are 4 questions in a DILR set. You have spent 8, 9, 10, 12 minutes. You will feel that I can spend 1 more minute. Don't do that. If the 10th minute is over, get out of that set. Discipline is very, very, very important as far as the exam is concerned. Harshit, how can I have all managed in a day? You don't have to manage everything in a day, Harshit. How much time should be given for a particular subject? The way I look at it is, I am saying 7 days में से आप हर दिन हर subject के लिए दे नहीं सकते, except of course verbal ability 30 minutes I want you to read every day. But apart from that, I think every alternate day is also good enough for quant and DI, especially LRDI. Having said that, I am saying plan every week rather than every day. 7 days में कितना काम करना है is more planned, is a better plan than trying to do every day. What should I plan? Is that clear? So Pratik Saha, if you are 0, very, very little that one I can say, except that you start off with how bad you are, and then pick up couple of areas from quantitative ability, certain types of questions from DILR, become better in that. And verbal ability, make sure that your reading comprehension keeps becoming better and better on a regular daily basis of reading 30 minutes at least. Remember, in your exam, you're going to read for 40 minutes. So I am expecting that you will minimum read for 30 minutes every day. If you can do that, nothing like it. Suprakash Biswas, here is what I am saying. You will improve brilliantly, but in algebra, I want you to concentrate on indices, logarithms, progressions, and quadratics. It will improve comfortably. Pratik Prasad, happens a little bit of a decision making is required to make sure that you come to the last 3-4 questions. Somewhere, if you're getting time, if you're losing time in any question or so, quit that. Even if it's an area which you're good at, Pratik, that is where you will become better. Mani Soumya, I'm scoring 80 percentile in the mocks. My VARC is fluctuating. DILR is also fluctuating. How do I do this? Yaar, dekho, aisa hai. Fluctuate is normal. Fluctuation is good. Fluctuation is good because that means the scores are changing according to the levels of difficulty. Percentiles also will change because the rest of the world is also improving at the same time. Somebody might do very well, somebody might not do very well on a particular day. If it is fluctuating, का मतलब कहीं ऊपर भी जा रहा है, नीचे भी जा रहा है. ऐसा नहीं कि नीचे जा रहा है, right? Which is very, very nice. Money. All I am saying is, don't let that affect you. Mocks, there is a reason why mocks are given, and that to check only 2 things: whether your strategy is working correctly or not. 2, whether issues are there in the subjects, in the areas that you're doing. What are the mistakes that you're doing? What are the weak areas that you have? What are the areas which you're not able to attempt in the exam? That is only the thing which will keep coming back. Pick only those 2 items out of every mock analysis and work on it for 3 to 4 days before writing a next mock, or 5-6 days before writing a next mock. Okay, we have. So Atul Patel, for QA and DILR 1000, I don't think you need to spend more than 1 hour each in a day. More than 1 hour is not even required. 1 hour each, that is. Able to attempt 18 RCs and get 15, 16 right. Brilliant, Chris Lloyd. By spending the whole 40 minutes and 0 verbal. That's a bad strategy, I would say, because if the verbal ability is very, very easy, Chris Lloyd, the rest of the world will get 7 to 3, 21 marks extra. You will be stuck at 45. The rest of them will get much more than that. Okay, I think that's not a good strategy. Given that you have 60 days to go, can you reduce 2 minutes from each of the passages? That will give you 8 extra minutes, which will be, right now you're doing 10 minutes per passage. If there are 4 passages, 10 minutes per passage on an average because of 4 passages. Can you make it to 9 or 8 so that you can also do verbal? Animesh, sir, what type of set should I focus on LRDI and quants? See, in LRDI, my focus, I would say DI, definitely focus on bar charts and the tables, etc. Focus on set theory if you can. Focus on arrangements in logical reasoning, arrangements and grouping and distribution to start off with at this stage for you especially. Savi, sir, what can be the impact of the number of questions getting reduced? Not much. You have come late, 7.5. I don't think this year, especially this year, from 76, the number of questions can reduce to 66 or 67. But the cutoffs, the percentiles for at particular marks will not change. Sir, I'm very frightened of LRDI. I've purchased it. I understand everything while you're explaining, but can't replicate that. What should I do? Himanshu, tomorrow I'm taking a special session at 10:30 for all DILR 1000 students. Please don't miss that session is what I would say. I'll explain to you. Sir, then how to go to DLR section if we don't get stuck in a difficult set? See, Sahil, I don't know whether you're a DLR student. There's one set I'm going to how to select sets tomorrow, which will help you there. Sir, is it okay to take a break on the day of the mock and not analyze the mock just after giving the mock? Don't give it immediately after the mock, Abhishek, but spend about at least 1 hour going through the questions where you got right or wrong, especially RC verbal. You will not remember exactly immediately after the exam. DILR and quant, you can do it later. Current score is between 30 and 50. Is it possible to score increase about 100? See, I don't know whether it can increase about 100 from 30 to 50. It can go up to 70 to 80, which is very, very good, my friend Vishal. Anjane Kumar, I have a gap of 3 years between my 12th and when I enrolled for graduation. How significantly detrimental role will it play? Nothing. It will not play any negative role unless you have gone into some kind of a crime syndicate for 3 years and then got paroled and come to write a degree exam. I hope you have not done that. You would have had some serious reason why 3 years you have not done that, right? 3 years you have taken a gap. That's absolutely fine. Palak, sir, it's IFTs, IB different from normal PGPs? Not really majorly different, Palak. So therefore, please go ahead and apply for IFT also. Sir, will sectional tests in October help in time-based? Absolutely, Shravan, it will help. Rastogi, after mock analysis, there are a lot of areas to work on. And okay, when there are a lot of areas, pick 1 or 2 areas. Don't pick too many areas. By the way, Career Launcher, I want to ensure that all of you subscribe to our channel. There will be a lot more important things which will be done. Make sure that if you are not already subscribed, subscribe to our YouTube channel without fail. I will make sure that there are a lot more very, very important 10, 15 minute videos given to you, answering some of these questions that you are asking to. Sahil, sir, I am not able to solve most of the sets after mocks, but not able to score in mocks. Should I enroll? See, Sahil, DLR 1000 is good for a person who wants to get to 95, 96 percentile. 99 percentile के लिए DLR 1000 क्या कुछ भी help नहीं करेगा जितना आप नहीं करोगे काम. That's what I would say. How to attempt is a mindset problem. How to attempt a set. I'm going to put up a video on that on YouTube. Please make sure that you are available on that in that sense. Okay? See, again, I am not a person to say buy or not buy anything in life. See, for example, there's a YouTube live. It's not just that only my students are there or Career Launcher students are there. Everybody can come here. The idea here is it's a free session. So you don't have to be a student to be able to get my value for that. Career Launcher CL YouTube channel, please join that, Sushvi. Sir, I'm facing difficulty in TSD, PNC and how to focus on this job. Also, please tell important concept for this part. That's too much of a micromanagement you're asking me to do, because TSD itself has 6 different topics, including average speed, relative speed, boats and streams, your linear races and circular races kind of things. But again, each one of them you need to kind of practice, because that is what has come in 2020 and 2019. IIT B BISUP will require about 95 plus percentile. If you're a girl, you will require about 92, 93 percentile. Soham, there we have a live session for DLR tomorrow. Yes, morning 10:30 for a DLR 1000 student, by the way. Satyam Pandey, sir, lots of students face buffer issues in mock solution videos. Please put 360 to 460. Hey, you can change, Satyam Pandey. See, the thing about these videos is you can change it yourself. Go to the video and change your settings for your own self. It's very, very easy. I'll make sure that that information is given, that you can change the speed of resolution for yourself. Nilabra Dastidar, if you don't have very great, academics, and if you don't have any great extracurricular activities, real extracurricular activities where you have won in the district, state, or the national level, don't apply is what I would say. So Abhishek, there are 2 possibilities why your percentile is decreasing. One, your scores are decreasing or your attempts are decreasing. What I would like you to do is please get back your attempts to a normal level of 9, 24, 25, 26, whatever the number of questions come in. You will see that it's just a matter of time, 1 or 2, you will start getting marks again. If you have got 95, you will get back to 95 or even more. So Suprakash, I would say please look at aeon.co/ss and read for the next 10 days. Two passages on one from philosophy and one from literature. It's a simple logic, I'm saying. Very, very, very simple logic. You will do better. So Mani Soumya is asking, sir, I'm a fresher, passed out, not have a job, prepared for GATE, did not do well, gap of 2 years. Will it impact? No, it will not impact. But please don't tell them that you are preparing for GATE when you go to an IIM interview. They will not like it. That's all I can say. Please make sure that you don't make that mistake at least. Harshad, 25 in DILR, CDC 5 is fantastic. In fact, I want you to discuss CDC 5 in the social groups also, so that we will know where we are going, right kind of things. right? Abhishek Mishra, sir, my VARC score fluctuates in almost alternate mocks. Very, very welcome to the normal club. Like in one mock, I crossed 99.5, and very next mock, it's 90 percentile and then 99 plus. What to do? Abhishek, one possibility is there is one type of question, Abhishek, which is your Betanwa, BT Noyer, Betanwa, that is the pronunciation. I suspect every mock you are missing out on one passage where you're getting more mistakes. And that is kind of reducing your score by about at least about 9 to 12 marks. And that is kind of really fluctuates your 99 plus percentile versus 90 plus percentile. Can you identify what this area or type of area is? You will see that you have to spend time reading such kind of sets a lot more so that you will become better in that. Keep that and tell me whether you are able to do that. I will be very happy to help you there also. CDC is countdown mocks, Lakshay Dhawan, that Career Launcher does. There are 12 countdown mocks. 5th one is going on today and tomorrow. 8 more to go for the 8 weeks coming up, 8 Saturday, Sundays. It's done exactly at the same time as the CAT exam is, 8:30, 12:30 and 4:30, so that you are getting completely utilized in how to do it kind of things. So do we have any online workshop program? Absolutely, Gaurav Sera. We have an online program for Career Launcher. If you need, please do mail me at ARKSS, ARKSS at careerlauncher.com. I will put you onto the right person. Rupa, my scores are decreasing from 70 to 45. Rupa, don't worry. Write the CDC 5 today and let's see how the marks go. If they don't have, mail me. I will be able, definitely able to help you out as we go along. What will be the impact of reducing? Anjali, it will not be a major impact on reducing the number of questions. In fact, I am saying the cutoff will be still 50% mark out of the total mark given for, not cutoff, 99 percentile will be 50% of the mark in this year's paper. That's my prediction. Sir, I'm talking about video quality, not speed, and I'm talking about video quality. That also you can reduce it, is what I'm saying. You can change video quality also when you're reading it, my friend. Speed and video quality, both can be changed, Satyam Pandey. Check it out if you want. Sir, my first score, one Animesh Tripathi. Sir, my first score, I scored 40 percentile, then 44, and now 55. Wow, that's very, very good, yaar. Brilliant. Keep doing it. You will get to 90 percentile in the next 9 weeks. Sir, I'm simply not able to do DLR during mocks. Same with the questions and tips for DLR. See, one thing I can tell you, Yogesh. A, you need to solve the original CAT questions and the mocks. Keep solving them, or this is my simple recommendation. Do subscribe to DILR 1000. It will help you to go through the relevant questions which are there as far as the exam is concerned. 887 profile percentile Rickford IIM Ahmedabad. Yar Arushi, you will require a 99.5 plus percentile, and I'm assuming you're an engineer. If you're a non-engineer, you might require 99.3 percentile. 3 years of work experience and 2 years of gap. EWS category, please. I'm just a little bit nervous about my work experience. No, don't worry about it. Work experience is pretty good. Work gap is not an important issue at all, Vijay Joshi. Sir, I'm getting around 30 and 30 in DLR and QA. Can you please suggest how to take it further? Brilliant, Bhavesh. Here is what I'm saying. 30 in DLR can go to, first look at from 30, if you're getting, that means you're doing 2.5 sets. Try to make it 3.5 sets. That's it. One extra set in the next 6 weeks. One extra set, that'll go to 40. Similarly, in quant, 30 means 10 questions. You are attempting about 14 questions and getting 12 right and 2 wrong, or 11 right and 3 wrong. That's what it seems to be happening according to me. 14 attempts. Can you make it to 17 attempts in the next 3 mocks? That, Bhavesh, will, first it will go down marks, but it will go up automatically after that. Right? I hope you have heard that, Bhavesh. Yes, sir, my scores are constant for quant and DILR, but they go up and down in VARC. See, the VARC depends on the levels of difficulty, especially CDC. We are experimenting. So don't worry about that as long as your percentiles are same. If the percentiles are changing, which means you are not relatively adapting yourself. You are not relatively adapting yourself to the changed pattern. I think you just have to calm yourself down. That's the only thing I can say. Scores and Soumya and attempts, not on percentiles. It will come. Percentiles will come to you automatically. So Rupa, if you want only 25, you are getting only 15. That means you are getting something like 8 correct and something like, 9 wrong. That's what is happening, Rupa. You're attempting around 17 questions, getting 8 right and 9 wrong, or 9 right and 12 wrong kind of things. That's what is happening. Am I right, Rupa? If that is what is happening, I am saying reduce a little. If it is 16, 17 attempts you're making, then I am saying go to 20, 22 attempts, and 10 correct and 10 wrong will still give you the 20 plus marks to start with. If you are attempting already 20, 22 marks, 22 questions and still getting 15 marks, then the reverse you should do. See, a strategy is about what you are doing and how you are changing it according to your strength or a weakness. That is what I want you to do. There is no one size fits all. There is no one solution for everything. So what exactly is the problem? Is it because what you're saying is 15 marks instead of 25? 15 marks, is it because of less attempts or is it because of more mistakes? Understand that and change your strategy is what I would like it, right? So Charu, the way to analyze a RC and VARC is basically after finishing the exam, what I want you to do is very, very simple. Go back to all the questions which you have got wrong. Try to solve that questions once again without seeing the key. RC, go through the passage and see what could be the answer. And then check the key. Second time you got it right, which means to say the first time you're not read it correctly. Second time also did not get it right. That means you did not read the question correctly and the choices correctly. These are the only two possibilities that you'll have. Then reread the passage till you get the correct answer. And that is what I gave an answer. So when you're getting a wrong answer, rubbish that answer for yourself. Rubbish that answer for yourself so that you know how to realize that you are getting a good chance. The thinking becomes better for you are getting your questions and answers right. Okay, so that's it for me. Again, 1 hour. I don't want to kind of keep on talking and rambling. It's kind of rambling around. Those of you, please subscribe to our Career Launcher channel. First thing, we have very, very specific courses like the DILR 1000, the QA 1000, the VARC 1000 continuously given to help you to improve each of these areas. Don't expect a 99.9 percentile by just joining this, because if that was possible, the rest of the world should also join. But what it will do is it will give you a kind of a clarity of what you should study and how you should study and how much you should study. With that, let me stop here. Wish you all the very best. See you again in exactly 14 days from today. Most probably, I will be there with AMA with ARKS. Today is 25th. I'll be there on 9th of October, my friends, at 7 p.m. Please tell your friends to come into so that I will also get into. And if you like this, do make sure that I get 100 plus likes before you kind of go off. Thank you so much. Wish you all the very best. And do subscribe to the channel without fail.